How's it going, guys? TCGS Static here with your Spice Cabinet for our 8-11 event. We had 24 players this time, so pretty good turnout and a very interestingly different meta than what we saw in some recent events. So let's go ahead and get down into this, shall we? Alright, so looking ahead at this, like I said, 24 players. Grandis making its first appearance, taking a W here. Um, did do battle with a Reaper in the finals and was pretty handily able to take that down. Followed up by Alpha Alpha, a blue Magna Guru hybrid build, second Grandis, a Wargrey X, and then another Alphamon to round out our top 8. And then I got our archetype breakdown here for you. And as you can see, Alphamon was rampant this event. Next closest was Grandis, followed by Reaper, and then everything else after just one ofs. So very indicative of what people think about the format. Um, Jokingly, you're either a green player or you think Alpha's the best deck in the format. So, but take that as a joke. It is entirely a joke. Alpha is a very strong deck. I wouldn't be surprised if it is defaulted as the strongest deck in the format, but I really think anything can win as long as you know your deck well, because I think there is a lot of pilot decisions that can make or break games at the higher level of play. So after that, let's get into these lists. So this is our first place Grandis list. Um, so as far as rookies go, pretty stock. Only running 3 Palmon. I think this is absolutely fine. I think Palmon probably only needs to be a 1 or 2 of. Almost every time you're swinging, if you do the stack the ideal way, you're already swinging for 18. Um, just by Digibursting the Yokomon. So nothing's really killing you. But they opted for more search in the 4 Kokuamon for Terriermon to block out memory, as well as the couple Tenomons. But the matchups the Palmon's there for, you do get to see it. So our level 4s really look like a utility belt here. Weedmon gets us that extra memory to go into Grandis. Kabuterimon to have a blocker, which is really relevant in this format. Our hybrid, as well as this potential slide Digivolution just to get yourself an extra draw. We did see that come up on stream in one of his games. And then the Sneemon is absolutely clutch. We watched him make it to the finals on the back of this card. Was able to get a blocker out of the way so that he could just swing in for game on the following turn. Akuo X Antibody, promo Akuomon, nothing new for Grand Kuwagamon, for Grandis, some Tamers. After that, it's pretty stock, but really solid deck. Was a really pretty handily taken match in the finals. But Reaper feels like a pretty good matchup for this deck. Second place was our Reaper deck. Getting into this, pretty standard. No Starmons to get rid of Psychmon here. I think the presence of this deck alone and the format itself has kind of made it to where Beelstar and Masty, whereas in the JP formats they were probably sitting tier 1, are probably sitting at tier 1.5 for Beelstar and probably a solid tier 2 for Mastamon. So maybe felt the need for the Starmons wasn't as necessary, but other than that, pretty standard. Playing Hornbuster, maybe just to get another attack in if they need. Definitely not a bad tech. Other than that, pretty standard. Got our blockers, our reapers, 20 searchers, X antibodies. Nothing new. We've seen it before. Getting into our Alphamon lists here. Pretty stock builds as we've seen them so far. Our Daruga, Dex Daruga, or you can Alphamons. Pretty stock option split, Tamer split. Nothing really too new here. But this last one, however, our 4th place list was on to Chikurimon, which I am kind of a big fan of. Actually only on 9 rookies here, so a little risky. But I think the Chikurimon could be really, really relevant, especially in the mirror match when these Alphamons are swinging with, maybe only a level 5 under the sources, and you can just remove that. It's also really good into a lot of other decks. I think this could be a tech that catches on. The one Upgrademon I've seen a lot more in people's lists. It can be good removal with that tech, as well as just, getting a free source search in tuck, so to say. And just, another good level 5. And then again, the Oryugen Alpha, we've all seen this. The 1 Congo, the 3 boost, opting for more consistency, is playing the 2x antibody, which can be really good in this deck because it can give your Digivolution to any level blitz, basically. Um, so really solid there. I think this list was a little on the techie side, but really solid. Um, but yeah, guys, that is going to do it for this Spice Cabinet, and we will see you next week.